You can run on for a long time, run on for a long time, run on for a long time. Sooner or later God cut you down, sooner or later God cut you down. Don't tell that long-time liar, don't tell that midnight rider, tell the rambler and the gambler and the backbiter, tell him the God's gonna cut him down.
Wisconsin, the home of the Wolves and the site of tonight's WIAA Division IV Level 3 showdown between the Freedom Irish and your Winneconne Wolves. I'm Gary Whipperman, and this is Wolves TV, presented by Fix TV, your home for every play, every hit, and every howl. The Wolves are coming off back-to-back statement wins, a 71-0 rout of Milwaukee North in Level 1, followed by a 28-6 victory over Altoona last week. That was a masterclass in second-half execution by the Wolves on both sides of the ball. Across the field, the Freedom Irish, champions of the Northeastern Conference, have been just as sharp, shutting out Kettle Moraine Lutheran and grinding out a physical win over Wrightstown last week. A game in which they trailed in the third quarter and came back to win 27-13 to earn their spot tonight. Both teams bring balance, discipline, and big play potential. For Freedom, sophomore quarterback Owen Henkel and running back Axel Eggert headline a young but fearless offense. For Winneconne, it's the Brody Schaefer Show, over 1,500 passing yards, 900 rushing yards, and 35 total touchdowns this season. And of course, we talked about this last week, and it certainly bears repeating. The Wolves' offensive line has been outstanding, setting the tone every week for one of the most efficient offenses in the state. So buckle up. This one's got all the makings of a classic. A trip to Level 4 is on the line. Winneconne, Freedom, the playoffs continue, and you're watching it all right here on Wolves TV. When we come back, our game preview. Field in Winneconne. You're watching the SBS Plumbing pregame show. Visit sbs-plumbing.com. Plumbing every home as if it were our own. Big thank you to SBS Plumbing for your support of Wolves TV. Now it's time to take a look at the game preview for tonight. We'll start with the Irish of Freedom. Champions of the Northeastern Conference, they enter tonight's matchup riding high after two convincing playoff wins. They opened the postseason with a 28-0 shutout of Kettle Moraine Lutheran, then overcame a sluggish first half to pull away from Wrightstown 27-13 in Level 2. Both teams share several common opponents this season: New London, Wapaka, Little Chute, Fox Valley Lutheran, and Sheboygan Falls, and each squad went undefeated in those matchups with one key difference. Freedom lost to Little Chute 17-7, while Winneconne beat the Mustangs 14-6 way back in week 1, if you remember. That seems like a long time ago, doesn't it? It was still warm out back then. For the Wolves, the postseason has been all business. They rolled past Milwaukee North 71-0 in Level 1. Then followed it up with what I would say is a big statement win for the Wolves over number 4 seed Altoona, 28-6. That game turned into a second-half clinic powered by a dominant defense from Winneconne, and offensive line was also fantastic. On paper, these two teams are really very similar, but there are a few numbers that stand out. According to the latest Bound Wisconsin Power Index, Winneconne ranks number 2 in Division 4, while Freedom checks in at number 33. We'll see how that comes into play tonight. Offensively, Freedom has leaned on balance, 1,916 passing yards and 15 touchdowns through the air, plus 1,638 rushing yards at 5 yards per carry. Winneconne counters with 1,578 passing yards and 17 passing touchdowns, and a ground game that's piled up 2,155 rushing yards, averaging 6.7 yards a carry. Defensively, Freedom brings the heat, and this is, to me, the key matchup tonight. Freedom has 27 quarterback sacks on the year compared to Winneconne's 12. Protection in the pocket tonight will be a major key for the Wolves, and we'll see how that offensive line does against this powerful Freedom defensive line. It's the kind of matchup you dream about in level 3, 2 power programs, 2 conference champions, and a trip to level 4 on the line. Tonight's winner will meet the survivor of Lacrosse Aquinas, a semifinalist in D4 last year, and 3-time state champion in D5. Actually, look, let me rephrase that. They'll meet the survivor of Baldwin Woodville, a semifinalist in D4 last year. They play Lacrosse Aquinas, 3-time state champion in D5 and moved up to D4 this year. So that's for next week. Right now, we got to focus on tonight and what's in front of us. When we come back, we'll talk about the players to watch tonight. This is the SBS Plumbing pregame show. Also, huge thanks to the Fox Valley Raiders. If you're not following the Raiders, you're really missing out. It's a semi-pro football team. We were able to do one of their games this year, or this fall. It was so much fun. They actually play in the spring, so they did an exhibition game in the fall, and we had a blast doing that game. So thank you to the Fox Valley Raiders. They're supporting, of course, Fox Valley Raiders football, but also helping support Wolves TV tonight. So make sure you thank them for their support. When we come back, our players to watch, you're watching Wolves TV. Welcome back to the SBS Plumbing pregame show. Tonight's game brought to you in part by our friends at Brooklyn Lofts. Luxury, short and long-term condo living in Oshkosh, right downtown by the Fox River. Contact our friends at Brooklyn Lofts for your business, your family, whatever you need. Short, long-term living, redesigned, reconstructed condos. Contact Brooklyn Lofts. Big thanks to Brooklyn Lofts for your support tonight of Wolves TV. Now let's look at tonight's players to watch. We'll start with the Irish of Freedom. For Freedom, the story starts under center with sophomore quarterback Owen Henkel. He's completed 140 of 224 passes this year for 1,916 yards and 15 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Impressive numbers for a second-year signal caller, stepping in for prolific 2024 starter Drew Courts. The big question tonight, though, is how will the young quarterback handle the pressure of a level 3 environment on the road? On the ground, the Irish are led by another sophomore standout, Axel Eggert, who's racked up 904 yards on 121 carries. That's 7.5 yards per carry, along with 10 touchdowns. Senior Nixon Heinke provides veteran balance, adding 593 yards on 137 carries. Freedom does spread the ball around quite a bit through the air. 11 different receivers have caught passes this year from Owen Henkel. Senior Quinn Brennenstuhl leads the group with 38 receptions for 421 yards. It's 11 yards a catch. Fellow senior Nolan Phillips is a dangerous playmaker as well. Posting 409 yards and 5 touchdowns on just 24 catches, while Aiden Ertz has contributed 27 receptions for 360 yards. Defensively, Heinke is the heartbeat of the unit, a tackling machine with 105 total tackles, including 54 solo stops and 5.5 sacks. He's joined up front by Gage Strelka, who's also tallied 5.5 sacks. That'll give the Wolves offensive line a challenge tonight. In the secondary, Cohen Dahl leads the Irish with 4 interceptions, including a pick 6 on the year. On special teams, Freedom hasn't scored on a return this year, but Brennenstuhl handles the duties with 7 kick returns, 15.1 yards per return, and 5 punt returns, 14.6 yards a return. Senior Nolan Phillips also handles the kicking. He's 5 for 7 on field goals with a long of 36 yards and 31 for 38 on PATs. Keep an eye on that tonight. We've got about a 10-mile-an-hour wind tonight blowing from the north. So on your screen, it's blowing from left to right. We'll see how that comes into play tonight as well. Not real heavy, but it's enough to move the flags around and could play a factor in tonight's game. When we come back, we'll turn the spotlight to the Winneconne Wolves players to watch. That's next right here on Wolves TV. Again, big thanks to Brooklyn Lofts. Comfortable, connected, and community-driven living right in Oshkosh. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Wolves TV. Welcome back to the SBS Plumbing pregame show. When you're faced with a challenge, how you respond determines the real winners. Rural Mutual believes there's something more important than just winning or losing a game. They believe the team, school, and fans who support their athletes with dignity and class are the true champions. Rural Mutual is the proud sponsor of the WIAA Rural Mutual Insurance Sportsmanship Award since 1965. From football to volleyball to soccer to tennis, the award recognizes more than team sportsmanship. It recognizes that sportsmanship matters in your community as well. Visit ruralmutual.com/WIAA and see how our team and your community can work together to be true champions. More to come. You're watching the SBS Plumbing pregame show on Wolves TV. SBS Plumbing pregame show rolls along with our players to watch tonight for the Wolves. For the Wolves, it starts with quarterback Brody Schaefer, the heartbeat of this team. Schaefer, the University of Iowa commit, has put together an incredible two-way season, completing 96 of 143 passes for 1,507 yards, 14 touchdowns, and just 4 interceptions. But what really sets him apart is his ability to make plays with his legs. 127 carries for 922 yards, averaging 7.3 yards per carry, and an eye-popping 21 rushing touchdowns. His longest run of the season, 62 yards, came just last week in Level 2 against Altoona. In the backfield, the Wolves roll out Thunder and Lightning, seniors Bryce Jones and Mason Matthey. Jones has pounded out 473 yards, while Matthey adds 407, both averaging a balanced 6.8 yards per carry. Together, they give Winneconne one of the most dynamic rushing trios in Division 4. Schaefer also has spread the ball around this season, connecting with 12 different receivers. Jordan Netticoven leads the team with 26 receptions, averaging 12 yards a catch and 2 touchdowns. Ryan Quiggs as we call him, is the big play threat. 25 receptions for 527 yards, 21.1 yards per catch for Quiggs. And when Schaefer also wants to go deep, look for Carter Hawthorne, who's made the most of his 10 catches, totaling 307 yards or 30.7 yards per reception. Out of the backfield, don't forget about the missile, Mason Matthey, another versatile option with 14 catches on the year. And a great change of pace is also Andon Lang. Watch for him. He's been coming up big in big moments as well. We can't talk enough about the Wolves without really talking about this offensive line. I know I've beat it to death, but they just deserve so much credit. They've been dominant all year long, opening up running lanes and giving Schaefer the time he needs to make big plays through both the air and on the ground. And then defensively, this Wolves team sets the tone up front. Senior Hudson Samolinski leads the way with 57 tackles, while big play Jovi Zeller is the sack leader with 2.5 sacks on the year. Don't forget Ethan Duell. My God, how can you forget Ethan Duell? The playoffs he's having. 2 big interceptions and a scoop and score last week. By the way, both interceptions one-handed. So watch out for Ethan Duell tonight. He could definitely play a factor for the Wolves. And as always, special teams matter, with Mr. Automatic Andrew Dorn handling kicks and Brody Schaefer and Mason Matthey on returns. Winneconne can flip field position and momentum in a heartbeat. Also, real quick, I want to just make a mention. The Wolves will be without Trey Zemke tonight. Zemke, of course, a critical part of this team, both offensively, defensively, also on special teams. He's the long snapper for punts and field goals. Trey dislocated his shoulder last week against Altoona, so we will not have him tonight. Cal Volpe will step in as the long snapper tonight. I talked to Coach Boris before the game down on the field and asked him how Cal did. He said he did great. And Noah Boris, who's the holder, is comfortable, and Dorn is comfortable. So we roll on. It's the next man up. It's Cal's turn. He'll have to step in tonight for Trey Zemke, something to keep in mind. Also, one more note tonight. Stick around at halftime tonight. We've got a very special guest. James Keller is going to actually join us. Mr. Keller is in the box right now. Of course, we're at Keller Family Field, if that tells you anything. So Mr. Keller is going to join us at halftime and talk about what the J.J. Keller organization has done to help support Winneconne athletics. And we'll try to, he's a pretty humble guy. We'll have to try and draw some things out of him. But we'll have Mr. Keller on at halftime. So be sure to stick around for that. Looking forward to that. You're watching the SBS Plumbing pregame show. When we come back, keys to the game. It's getting close to kickoff time. You're watching Wolves TV.
Fix TV. Live contents like never before. Switch between multiple live channels with ease. Access anytime, anywhere with our user-friendly app. Fix TV brings the action right at your fingertips. Download now. Available on all devices.
Winneconne Pep Band giving you some pregame entertainment. We talked about the weather conditions tonight. 10-mile-an-hour winds coming out of the north. That'll be left to right on your screen tonight. Game time temperature 45 degrees. We had some precipitation here late this afternoon, early this evening. Really was just enough to get the field wet and the bleachers wet, and it stopped since then, and no more expected tonight. But keep an eye on footing tonight. Could be a factor as well on the field. Here are the keys to tonight's game. First, for Freedom. For the Irish, it's all about composure and execution. Sophomore quarterback Owen Henkel has proved he can put up big numbers, but this is the biggest stage of his young career. How he handles the Wolves' defensive pressure will set the tone tonight. The Irish also need to establish balance early, feed Axel Eggert on the ground to open up passing lanes, and keep the Winneconne defense honest. Protection will be key against an aggressive Wolves front that's been opportunistic all postseason. Defensively, Freedom has made a living bringing pressure, 27 sacks this year, and they'll need that pass rush to disrupt Schaefer's rhythm. If they can contain his dual threat ability and force long third downs, they'll give themselves a chance late in the game. Finally, special teams could also play a factor tonight. Nolan Phillips has been steady, but every point counts in a playoff atmosphere like this. For the Wolves, the formula has been clear all season. Control the line, control the game. That's been the mantra all year for this Winneconne team. The offensive line has been dominant, opening holes for Schaefer, Jones, and Matthew, and that needs to continue tonight against a Freedom defense that makes a habit of living in the backfield. Quarterback Brody Schaefer has to stay patient and take what the defense gives him. His ability to extend plays both through the air and on the ground make him the ultimate X factor. Look for Quigley, Hawthorne, Netikoven, Lang, and Matthew to stretch the field and create mismatches. Defensively, the Wolves have to keep everything in front. Freedom likes to spread the ball around, so communication in the secondary will be critical. Expect Samolinski, Zeller, and Duell to lead the charge up front and set the tone early. And as always, special teams matter. Mr. Automatic, Andrew Dorn, handling kicks, and Schaefer and Matthew on returns. Winneconne can flip field position and momentum in a heartbeat. And once again, as we mentioned earlier, no Trey Zemke tonight, as the long snapper, Cal Volpe, will take that position. When we come back, it's time to get on the field for the national anthem and the starting lineups. Playoff time is here at Winneconne. You're watching Wolves TV.
Level 3 playoff football game featuring the number 2 seed, the Freedom Irish, and Freedom, Winneconne, and the WIAA require good sportsmanship at education-based sporting events. Attendance at interscholastic activities is a privilege, with the expectation to exhibit positive and respectful behavior. For the enjoyment and respect of all in attendance.
You've been watching the SBS Plumbing pregame show. Don't forget, no broadcast is complete of Wolves TV without your comments. Make sure you put it in the comments. Now it's time for the national anthem. You're watching Wolves TV.
Remove your hats and place your hand over the heart for the playing of the national anthem. Performed tonight by the Winneconne High School Pep Band under the direction of Stephanie Ron. And now for tonight's starting lineup. We begin with the visiting Freedom Irish defense. Number 9, Thorn Dahl. Number 10, Quinn Brennenstuhl. Number 17, Corey Matheson. Number 22, Dave Streckel. Number 26, Nixon Hankey. Number 27, Luke Schmidt. Number 33, Axel Egner. Number 55, Cody Schwebe. Number 65, Maxwell Verboot. And number 70, Mason Van Gruel. Coach Charlie Jaden and the rest of the Freedom Irish. In the spirit of team pride and unity, the Wolves choose to be introduced without individual recognition. Ladies and gentlemen, here are your Winneconne Wolves. Your Wolves are coached by Mr. Ryan Jones and Mr. Nathan Rex. Winneconne High School was licensed James Gary, licensed athletic trainer with a Central Wisconsin Sports Medicine, as well as Dr. Will Albiro.
Anthem done. Lineup's done. It's time for football at Winneconne. Already we are just getting flooded with comments. I love it. Let me do a quick recap here. Caden and his girlfriend Jaslyn watching from Wapaka. Grandma Lang, of course, checking in. Ann from Ocala, Florida, watching Andon and all the Wolves. Go Bryce from Grandpa and Nancy. Let's go Bryce and the Wolves, cheering from Kansas City. Our Kansas City, Missouri friends on again tonight. Watching from Illinois. Let's go Wolves. Zabushad checking in. Let's go Freedom. Altoona should have won last week. All right, well, I don't know about that. Cheering for Freedom from Altoona. I'm getting the feeling the Altoona people are a little bit bitter. That's all right. Hey, you guys played hard. You had a great season, and you should be really proud of your kids. It was, the Wolves just played a great second half, and that was the difference. Well, in any event, we're glad to have you along wherever you're watching from tonight. Again, we're only going to recognize positive comments. If you want to slander or yell or whatever, you're certainly free to do that, but don't look for us to recognize it. Here we go. Kickoff for the Irish. Mason Matthew will take it at the 10, 15, 20, up to about the 25, 26-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wolves. Fix a couple things here. We'll get a scoreboard up for y'all while we're on it. Let's see, go Wolves from California. Come on, Wolves. Excited to be cheering you on once again from Wisconsin Rapids. That's Karen Fowler checking in. Scott Hutchinson. Hutch says, go win it for Trey. That's Trey Zemke, of course. And Captain Ben of the Tuna Boat Express reporting for duty. Aye, aye, Captain. Here we go. 1st and 10 Wolves. Bryce Jones up the middle. He's got room. 40, 45, 46-yard lines. Bryce Jones, Mr. Blue Collar, starts it off with a big run. 20 yards for Jones. And I will tell you, this Wolves team is getting a little prickly about hearing it's Brody Schaefer, it's Brody Schaefer, it's Brody Schaefer. There's a lot more to this team than Brody Schaefer, trust me. And not that Brody's not great, he is, but there's a lot more there than him. And he'd be the first one to tell you that. Schaefer out of the shotgun, up the middle, and going to be near another first down. Bryce Jones on the carry. So Jones close to first down territory, gain of 9. Sherry checking in from Tomahawk, cheering on the Wolves. Good to see you again, Sherry. Thanks for joining. Got some Irish fans on as well. Hey, we're inclusive here. We're all in. We're all supporting prep athletics. They're all student athletes, and we're about recognizing all of them. 2nd and 1 from the 45 for the Wolves. Netikoven goes in motion. Shotgun, Brody Schaefer. He will keep it himself. 45, 40, 35, and tripped up at the 34-yard line. That was the last player in the way of a touchdown run for Schaefer. Brought down at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 12. 1st and 10 Wolves. Grandma Ruth from Arizona cheering on Carter Hawthorne and the Wolves. Ruth, great to see you as always. Glad to hear you're doing well. Grew up near Freedom, now live in Winneconne. Ooh, split loyalties. 1st and 10 from the 33 for the Wolves. Schaefer back to pass, throws, got a man. Complete for a first down, and the Wolves marching down the field. Ryan Quigley on the reception for the Wolves. Uncle Eric and Aunt Heather cheering on Jordan Netikoven and the Wolves from Watoma. Go Wolves. Tell you what, you guys have got the comments thing figured out now. It took a while, but you guys have really got it figured out. 1st and 10 Wolves from the 23-yard line, and you can hear the chants of freedom power. 1st and 10 Wolves. It's a jet sweep to Matthews, stringing it out to the 19-yard line before being pushed out of bounds by number 26, Nixon Henke. Nixon Henke on the stop. Got 3 yards, make it 2nd and 7. Second and 7 from the 20. First possession of the game, Wolves marching down the field. Fumbled and picked up.
Jones on the carry.
Jones bobbled it and was able to recover it and avoid a huge disaster in this first possession. It's no gain, but it could have been way worse than that. 3rd and 7. Fox River Raiders checking in. Mike, hope you're doing well, my friend. Thanks for all your support, buddy. Really, really appreciate you. 3rd and 7 from the 20. Schaefer out of the shotgun. 3 men go in motion. He'll keep it himself on the fake to Jones and going to be tackled from behind by number 17, Corey Matheson. That was a nice job by Matheson. That'll bring up 4th and 8 for the Wolves. Thank you for the reminder, Jamie Lynn. 4th and 8 from the 21. Dorn in to attempt a field goal. This will be from 38 yards. It would be his longest of the year. 5 of 7 on the year for Andrew Dorn. Big one here. Snap good, hold good. Kick is no good. Just pushed it a little bit right. Great job by Volpe and Boris on the snap and hold. And Dorn got all of it, just pushed it a bit right, and the Wolves come up empty on their first possession. Quick break, you're watching Wolves TV.
Fix TV. Live contents like never before. Switch between multiple live channels with ease. Access anytime, anywhere with our user-friendly app. Fix TV brings the action right at your fingertips. Download now. Available on all devices.
1st and 10, Freedom at the 21-yard line. Hank out of the shotgun and hand off to Eggert, and he's got a big first down and a lot more. Axel Eggert, the 5'10", 200-pound sophomore, takes it out to the 37-yard line. Brody Schaefer on the tackle, but it's a gain of 16, and it's 1st and 10, Irish. Freedom, the champions of the Northeastern Conference. Only loss of the year was to Little Chute, 17-7. Of course, Winneconne undefeated, beat Little Chute 14-6, and there's another handoff to Eggert. That's going to be a heavy dose of Axel Eggert tonight. Eggert gets about 6. We'll see how that defensive line deals with Axel Eggert tonight. Sam Alinsky, Dallas Walker, Jesse Michaud, Jovi Zeller. And again, you miss Trey Zemke right now. 2nd and 4 from the 43 for the Irish. Pitch to Eggert, breaks one tackle and brought down around the first down marker. I think he's going to have the first down. Julie Studman checking in from Arizona. The captain of the tuna boat got the whole crew from the SS Minnow. Hank Mitchell, first mate, is here and ready to swab the deck. Head away, Hank. Hope you're doing well, Ben. 1st and 10 from the 47. Good opening drive here for the Irish. Wolves came up empty on a 37-yard field goal attempt by Andrew Dorn. Out of the shotgun, faked the handoff, looking to throw in the flat. That's going to be some opening room there, and onto the 45-yard line. Well-designed play, caught by Gage Strelka. It was a screen out to the flat, and when Strelka caught it, all that was left was the secondary to trip him up. It's 1st and 10. Actually, it's 2nd and 2 from the 45-yard line. Grandpa Netikoven checking in. Second and 2 from the 44. Out of the shotgun and handoff to Eggert, and not going to be anything there this time. Jesse Michaud in there, as well as Dallas Walker.
Stop and drop by Michaud.
Maybe probably a loss of a yard. It's going to be 3rd down and 3 from the 46-yard line. The yard to get, the 43. Big play on this opening drive for the Irish. 3rd and 3 from the 46. Handoff, Eggert. He's going to have a first down. Axel Eggert will move the chains. It'll be 1st and 10, Freedom. Freedom fans actually it's going to be 4th and less than a yard. Freedom fans not a fan of that spot. Push ahead for the quarterback, Henkel, and that's going to be a first down. So 1st and 10. I'm surprised that was a 4th down. That looked like Eggert certainly had it, but The spot was just short of the first down marker, but Owen Henkel on the quarterback keeper picks up a yard, and now it's 1st and 10, Freedom at the 42-yard line. 5:06 to go, first quarter, no score. Henkel out of the shotgun, he'll hand off. Eggert, 40, 35, 33-yard line, and this is a problem right now, and that is the ability to tackle Axel Eggert. He's a load. Noah Boris came up, made the initial contact, but not able to bring him down. That's probably the 3rd or 4th time Eggert has been able to bounce off that first defender and get extra yardage. And that's good for a first down for Freedom. 1st and 10 from the 32. Irish on the move here in this first quarter. Play action, Henkel back to pass, pressure coming, drops it off in the flat for 22. Gage Strelka, and Strelka's gonna get positive yardage. The whole Jones family here rooting for the Wolves. Go Drake, number 24. Fans of Max from the Irish watching today. Go Wolves watching from Liberal, Kansas. And Cousin Kyle checking all the way in from Alaska. Let's go Irish. 2nd and 3 from the 26. Henkel takes a shotgun snap, throws. He's got time and got a man. And it's a completed pass. It's a first down. Officials a little late on the call, but it is caught on the far side of the field. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line, 18-yard line for the Irish in the red zone now. Three and a half minutes to go, first quarter. Henkel takes the snap. It's a pitch to Strelka, and not much there.
With the carry.
Carter Hawthorne on the tackle for the Wolves. Coach Bump checking in. Right, beat them Irish, right?
Second.
I got an Amro guy in the house rooting for the Wolves. Boy, that's take a picture, Bump. That's saying something. You get an Amro guy rooting for Winneconne. That's a pretty big deal. 2nd and 11 from the 19. 2:55 remaining first quarter. Henkel out of the shotgun, play action, pressure coming from Michaud, throws it to Eggert. And Noah Boris hanging on, and Eggert taking him along for the ride. It'll be positive yardage for the Irish. Going to bring up 3rd down. Noah Boris on the stop for the Wolves. Noah was just hanging on, baby. And there is a flag on the play. It'll be the first penalty of the game. It's the area of potential illegal block, and it's going to be a hold on the Irish. Watching from the Northwoods, go Wolves. Good luck, Uncle Mike. At Deer Camp in Ellsworth, let's go Wolves. It's that time of year, you guys. If you're in a deer stand, put it in the comments. 2nd down and 21 from the 29 for the Irish. Shotgun snap, Henkel takes it, pressure coming, throws it, flutters up into the air and incomplete. Dallas Walker was bearing down on Henkel, and it may have impacted that pass. It kind of fluttered up once Walker made contact. Great job by Dallas putting pressure on this Freedom offense. You're going to have to do that with Henkel, the sophomore. Get him rattled if you can. 3rd and 21. A.J. Kropp checking in. 3rd and 21 from the 29. Henkel out of the shotgun. Back to pass. He's got time. Throwing over the middle. Tipped and incomplete. Great Great coverage
Angle pass intended for
by
Phillips.
Brody Schaefer.
Broken up by Hawthorne.
Schaefer and Hawthorne also, Hawthorne in there as well. And that's going to bring up 4th and 21 from the 29. Well, if you're Freedom here, you're kind of in no man's land. What I'm surprised is they didn't maybe go for 10 yards and try to cut the yards to go down in half. Now you got 4th and 21 from the 29. Certainly too close to punt, but a 46-yard field goal is probably asking a lot as well, especially in this 10-mile-an-hour wind blowing right at the Freedom offense. Here we go, 4th and 21 from the 29. 3-receiver set. Henkel back to pass, flips it out to Eggert, spin move, and tackled, and a flag comes down at the 25-yard line.
Samolinski on the stop.
We'll see what
We have a
the
flag on the play.
penalty is. Really kind of a bailout play to Eggert, and he made a nice spin move looking for yardage, but the Wolves able to
Against Freedom, that penalty
track
is
him down. It's holding on Freedom, and the penalty is declined. It'll be a turnover on downs. 1st and 10, Wolves.
Ball resting on the Winneconne.
So 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Shotgun handoff. Bryce Jones weaving and working his way.
Bryce Jones on the carry. Van
Second
Gool on
down
the stop.
and 10. So no gain for Jones. 1:52 remaining in the first quarter.
Gain of 2.
And I see we might be freezing a little bit on the stream, but hopefully we'll recover here. So bear with us. You guys know the drill by now. We've got an injured player on the field. We'll take a quick timeout. You're watching Wolves TV.
Fix TV. Live contents like never before. Switch between multiple live channels with ease. Access anytime, anywhere with our user-friendly app. Fix TV brings the action right at your fingertips. Download now. Available on all devices.
First and 10, Wolves from the 26. No score, first quarter, 1:49 to go. Schaefer out in the flat to Carter Hawthorne for the completion for Carter. First catch of the night. 9-yard gain on the completion from Schaefer to Hawthorne. It'll be 2nd and 1.
3rd and 1 for the Wolves.
Sorry, 3rd and 1. Not 2nd, 3rd and 1. Good luck, Charlie and the team from Freedom. 3rd and a yard from the 33. Netikoven in motion, comes back the other way. Handoff, Bryce Jones barreling ahead. He's got the first down. Samolinski pushing him forward, and he gets all the way to the 43-yard line. Huddy on the help with the push to get the first down for the Wolves. It's 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Move the ball out to the Winneconne 43, where it's 1st and 10 for the Wolves.
So 1st and 10, Wolves from their own 43-yard line. 1:28 remaining first quarter. Schaefer out of the shotgun, 4 receiver set, 3 on top and 1 on the bottom. That's Carter Hawthorne, the bottom of your screen. Back to pass. Got time, throws, and it's complete to Bryce Jones, and that'll be a first down. Jones came out of his running back spot, just camped out right by that first down marker, and Schaefer found him, and it's a first down for the Wolves. 1st and 10, Wolves at the 44-yard line.
44, where it's 1st and 10 for the Wolves.
And for the second time tonight, the Wolves are in enemy territory. Jones will get a breather. Mason Matthey checking in at running back. 1st and 10 from the 44. Fake the handoff and then give the handoff, and down to about the 41, maybe the 40-yard line.
Van Grohl with the stop.
Mason Matthey on the carry. Gain of about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 from the 41. I was talking to Tyler Lee, athletic director, before the game. He said the field crew came up and said we could open another 5-gallon bucket of paint if we want to repaint the lines on the yard markers. And Mr. Lee said, I think we're good. I'd say I agree. I think it looks pretty darn good. 2nd and 7 from the 41-yard line. Shotgun snap, fake to Matthey. Schaefer keeps it himself, and he's going to have a Wolves first down inside the 35 down to the 33-yard line.
Hager on a stop. Moves the ball down to the Irish 33.
So it's 1st and 10 Wolves from the 33-yard line, and that is going to be the end of the first quarter. 1 quarter in the books. Freedom nothing, Winneconne nothing. You're watching Wolves TV.
Fix TV. Live contents like never before. Switch between multiple live channels with ease. Access anytime, anywhere with our user-friendly app. Fix TV brings the action right at your fingertips. Download now. Available on all devices.
First play of the second quarter. No score. Winneconne with the ball. Schaefer back to pass. Looking deep for Quigley. In the end zone. Got him. Touchdown, Wolves. 33 yards from Brody Schaefer to Ryan Quigley. And the Wolves strike first. Quigley able to just outrun his man, got behind him, and the Wolves on the board first.
Andrew Dorn in to attempt the extra point for the Wolves.
Dorn for the PAT, Mr. Automatic. He still gets that nickname. I know he missed it, but it was a 38-yarder. Snap good, hold good, low kick. But in and through. 6 seconds into the second quarter, your new score, Wolves 7, Freedom nothing. You're watching Wolves TV. .33-yard touchdown pass from Brody Schaefer to Ryan Quigley opens the scoring, and the Wolves lead 7-0. 11:54 to go, second quarter. Dorn will kick it off. Good kick by Dorn. It's going to hop a couple times and roll away, picked up but nowhere to go. The Wolves, Brody Cross all over it, along with 55. Nice job by the Wolves on special teams. Actually, it's 15. Colton Couture. I always want to say bless you when I say Colton's name. Watching with Chaotic Mom at the airport. Hope you guys are going somewhere warm and fun. 1st and 10 from the 14. 7-0 Wolves. 11:49 to go, first half. Out of the shotgun is going to be a handoff to Eggert again, and Axel Eggert will get beyond the 25 to the 27. Jovi Zeller on the tackle, and Brody Schaefer there to help as well. Donna check it in. Watching from the airport in Kansas City. Maybe you're coming home, Chaotic Mom. You guys are, all you and your chaos. 2nd and 7 from the 17, 3-yard gain for Eggert. Handoff to Eggert again. He's going to have the first down and more, and Ethan Duell running him down from behind. Andon Lang also in there. But it's good for another first down. The 32, it's a 15-yard gain for Eggert, and he is racking up the numbers on the ground here in this first half. 1st and 10 at the 32. Shotgun snap, pass into the flat, and caught. Not much there.
Ankles pass complete to Brennerstool.
Just a bubble screen for the Irish, but Wolves were all over. Ethan Duell in on the play. We've got a officials timeout. Reminder coming up at halftime, our halftime show. Jim Keller will be joining us. Who's Ben? I swear to God, Ben, I will find a way to block you. Don't give me that 6'7" garbage. I swear, Ben. You're lucky I have great affection for your daughter. I'm telling you, you'd be in big trouble. Brooklyn's one of our faves. 2nd and 11 from the 31. Darn it, 6'7". Out of the shotgun, pass over the middle, caught. A big tight end. Caden Wagner makes the catch. That was a nice job by Wagner. Big kid, he still had to go up and get it and able to bring it down.
Got a flag on the play.
Go Wolves, love Wrightstown. Hey, Rebecca, you guys played well last week. You know, hung right in there, had to lead in the 3rd quarter on Freedom, so nothing to be ashamed of there. Great season for the Wrightstown Tigers. And the penalty is going to be holding on Freedom, so we're going to back it up inside the 30 down to the 26-yard line.
Where it'll be 2nd and 16.
2nd and 16 from the 31. Henkel out of the shotgun. Low snap and given to Eggert, and he's going to be stacked up that time. Jesse Mashad in there. Andon Lang also, as well as Hudson Samolinski, who was a meet at the running back party for the Wolves. Go Wolves from the original Altoona, Pennsylvania. Thank you, Nancy. Third and 14 from the 28-yard line. Five receivers, 2 on top, 3 on bottom. Shotgun, Henkel back to pass. Got a man complete, going to be well short of the first down. That's Nolan Phillips making his first catch of the day. Back to about the original line of scrimmage, maybe a couple yards past. It's going to be fourth down. Now, we'll call it 4th and 6. So gain of 8 on the play. And now the Irish will punt it away, theoretically. They're at their own 36-yard line. Schaefer and Matthew back to return. Schaefer's run one back this year. It's a low line drive bouncing kick that's going to roll down to about the 33-yard line, and that's where the Wolves will take over.
At the 33-yard line, Winneconne will take over 1st and 10.
1st and 10 Wolves from the 33. 8:21 remaining. There's the student section. I think it's ski resort night or something for the students tonight. Always have a different theme every week. Wolves ball, 1st and 10 at the 33. Schaefer pitch to Jones, and Bryce, not much there, maybe a yard or so. Hey, big thanks to the Winneconne American Legion, honoring service, supporting youth, and strengthening our hometown spirit. We've mentioned it before, Veterans Day is coming up November 11th. Make sure you attend the free pancake breakfast at the Giles-Luce Post 364. No charge, but they will accept donations. Please go and support our heroes on Veterans Day, November 11th. Handoff up the middle and going to be near the 40-yard line. Big thanks to Giles, the Luce Giles Post 364 for your support of Winneconne Athletics and Wolves TV. This will bring up 3rd down for the Wolves. The yard to get is the 43. The Wolves are at the 37, so 3rd and 6. Shotgun snap, Schaefer looking long and throwing. Jordan Winneconne over the middle, got it. Good job by Winneconne. Worked his route, came across. Brody found him, put his hands up, and hauled it in. It's a 1st down for the Wolves. So 1st and 10 Wolves from midfield. 12-yard reception from Schaefer to Winneconne. And it's 1st and 10 Wolves. Grayson Meyer, Winneconne Elementary, checking in. Matthew is the decoy back. It was Schaefer on the keeper. Nice job by 22, Gage Strelka. Unfortunately, he made the tackle on the guy that didn't have the ball. So it's a gain of 5. Schaefer kept it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Gary and Amy Proctor checking in. Go Carter. That's, of course, Carter Hawthorne. 2nd and 3 from the 43. 3 receiver set, 2 on top, 1 on bottom. That's Hutchinson at the bottom of your screen. Passes out to Carter Hawthorne, and Hawthorne's going to have the 1st down for the Wolves. Gary, Amy, you guys right on cue there. You guys say it, and Carter makes a big play. 1st and 10 Wolves. Just got to do that every time now. It's a thing. I mean, now you got to do it every time. 1st and 10 from the 43, 39-yard line, beg your pardon, for the Wolves. 5:49 to go, 2nd quarter. Been a pretty clean first half and a lot of long drives. This is just the 3rd possession for the Wolves. First one was a missed field goal and then a 33-yard touchdown pass from from Brody Schaefer to Ryan Quigley. 2 men in motion. That's Hutchinson at the bottom of your screen. Schaefer fumbles. It was an RPO. Schaefer kept it. Actually, just a straight option. But Brody able to cover it up. Mr. Grape Soda Sipper checking in. Hopefully Jolly Good Soda is your favorite one. Go Wolves from the McCabe's at Beaucamp in Maiden Rock, Wisconsin. 2nd and 12 from the 41. Schaefer out of the gun, 2 receiver set, back to pass. Looking, got plenty of time and still looking, nothing there. He's going to take it himself, and maybe the 40-yard line might be a gain of a yard, but they only needed, well, 2nd and 12. Now it's going to be 3rd and maybe 11 or 10. 4:40 remaining second quarter. 7-0 Wolves. The winner of this game will play the winner of La Crosse Aquinas and Baldwin Woodville. Getting word that game is going to be held at Marshfield High School. 3rd and 9 from the 38. Marshfield, of course, in the central part of the state. Schaefer back to pass, got time again, throwing deep, got a man! Jordan Nedekoven for the Wolves, touchdown! Jordan popped off his chest, went up and brought it back home, and the Wolves score a 38-yard touchdown pass from Brody Schaefer to Jordan Nedekoven, and the Wolves go up 13-0. Great pass from Schaefer. I know I'm going to sound like a broken record, but all the credit goes to that offensive line. They gave Brody so much time back there to set and throw, and that offensive line has dominated this very powerful Freedom defensive line tonight. Dorn for the PAT, up and good.
And the extra point is good.
Volpe on the snap, Boris on the hold, and Dorn on the kick. And your new score, Wolves 14, Irish nothing. You're watching Wolves TV.
Fix TV. Live contents like never before. Switch between multiple live channels with ease. Access anytime, anywhere with our user-friendly app. Fix TV brings the action right at your fingertips. Download now. Available on all devices.
Dorn to kick off for the Wolves. They lead 14-0. 2 big touchdown passes from Brody Schaefer. First one to Ryan Quigley for 33 yards, and the second one, Jordan Nedekoven, 38 yards, and the Wolves lead 14-0. Again, all the credit goes to that offensive line doing a fantastic job, giving Brody lots of time to set and make his throw, and the receiver to run its route. Return brought up to near the 30-yard line. Nedekoven on the tackle. Jordan, of course, just made the touchdown reception for the Wolves. 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line.
Irish ball, 1st and 10 from their own 28.
First and 10, 28. Freedom trailing 14-0 in the second quarter. Low snap, pitch out to Eggert. And going to be bottled up near the 35. Andon Lang and Jovi Zeller in on the tackle for the Wolves. Chaotic Mom, I bet it has Wi-Fi. I bet it's got Wi-Fi there on the plane. They do now, unless they're United. If you're flying United, you might be in big trouble. If you're flying Delta, American, they should have Wi-Fi. You may have to pay like $10 for it, but you know what? We're worth it, right? 2nd and 4 from the 34. And now we've got a flag, and that's going to be a false start on Freedom. So Freedom jumped on that one.
Gets the Irish.
Hello, Gibby. Hope you're doing well, my friend.
Second and 9.
Longtime viewer. Gibby watches a lot of W7 Winneconne girl sports as well. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. Second and 9 from the 29. And that's going to be a first down. Nolan Phillips on the catch.
Pitcher on the back for the Wolves. Moves the ball out to the Irish 42. First and 10.
So first and 10 for Freedom at the 42. Back to pass, throwing into the flat. Got a man. Stood up right away by Noah Boris, but gets away. Second effort. Aiden Ayerts on the reception. And he is close to a first down. Arts gets about 8.
Second and 3.
The side note, Ryan Quigley kind of limping around on the sideline there for the Wolves. Don't need that. One hand catch made by number 10, Quinn Brennenstuhl, and he's got another first down. First and 10 from the 44-yard line. Reminder, stick around for our SBS Plumbing halftime show. Jim Keller will be our special guest. We'll talk some football, some Winneconne stuff, and we'll be talking about his kid out hunting this week. First and 10 from the 43, back to pass, throwing deep, and got a man. That's Arts. And it's going to be inside the 25, able to get free from Carter Hawthorne. And it's first down. And 10 from the 40, from the 24, 19-yard gain for Arts, and the Irish got something cooking here in this second quarter. First and 10 at the 24, 4 receiver set. And we're going to get a timeout for the Wolves. We'll be back. You're watching Wolves TV.
Fix TV. Live contents like never before. Switch between multiple live channels with ease. Access anytime, anywhere with our user-friendly app. Fix TV brings the action right at your fingertips. Download now. Available on all devices.
First and 10 from the 24. Jesse and Michelle watching at Great Grandma Linda's. Go Carter and the Wolves. 24-yard line, first and 10. Eggert on the handoff, and Jovi Zeller is there to greet him. Caleb Blackburn also in on it.
Made by Zeller.
It'll be no gain, maybe a gain of 1.
No gain.
Yeah, I think no gain. It's going to be second and 10 from the 24. 2:05 to go, first half. Freedom will get the ball first to start the second half. Henkel out of the shotgun, throws, and it was low. It was a rocket throw intended for Charlie Mickey. And incomplete.
intended.
Watch it from the motherland, the pin and feather.
Ball then complete.
He's on defense!
3rd and 10.
Yeah, that's true. Very, very true. Good point. 3rd and 10 from the 24. Shotgun snap, back to pass, got a man, complete, going to be short of the first down. Noah Boris was there to make the tackle and drive the receiver out of bounds. That's Mickey on the catch, but he's going to be short of a first down. Got about 7. It'll be 4th and about 3 with 1:35 to go at the 18, 17 yard line. Yard to get is the 14. 4th and 3. Big inflection point in this game right now for the Irish. Got to execute here if you're Freedom. Henkel out of the shotgun. 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen, 1 at the top, and Eggert in the backfield. Under a minute now. They were trying to draw the Wolves off, and no dice. The Wolves were having none of it. And it's going to be a false start on Freedom, and now it's going to be 4th and 8.
Move the ball back 5 yards.
I get wanting to draw them off, but I mean, you got that big bruising back. I mean, 4th and 3. You know, I'm handing it to 33 and say, barrel your way through, big fella. Now it's 4th and 8. And we're going to get a timeout from Freedom. Woo. Catch our breath. You're watching Wolves TV. Every hit, every howl. We'll be back. One minute, 54 seconds to go. Your 1 minute drive here brought to you by Eric Lang, financial advisor. Edward Jones, financial advisor. Here we go. 4th down and 8 from the 23-yard line. A false start on Freedom. Drove him back 5 yards. Shotgun snap low. Henkel's got it, looking deep. Got a man on over his head, incomplete. Everybody on the Freedom side wants interference, and they ain't getting it. It'll be 1st and 10 Wolves. Well, Henkel had a man. And I think, you know, and again, you know, take it for what it's worth. To me, it looked like 2 guys' feet got tangled up. So 1st and 10. Score update from Becky Underwood. Baldwin Woodville 16, Aquinas 12 in the second quarter. Wolves are howling tonight, and the Freedom Irish contingency are doing plenty of howling as well. 1st and 10 Wolves from the 23 with 48 seconds remaining. Schaefer passes out right side, complete for maybe a yard, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. The clock will keep running, 38 seconds. And now we'll get a timeout. And the Freedom fans not thrilled with the lack of interference call on that 4th down. Reminder, coming up at halftime, Jim Keller will join us. Now stick around for that. Big thanks tonight to Brooklyn Lofts, offering premium short and long-term condo living right in Oshkosh. Got a business where you need an employee to get some long-term or short-term residency or if you got family coming to town, you don't want them at your house for heaven's sake. You know what happens when the in-laws stay too long? Set them up at Brooklyn Lofts. The problem is they may never want to leave. Thank you, Brooklyn Lofts, for your support of Wolves TV. 2nd and 10 from the 23, 37 seconds remaining. Kelly Engel checking in. Go Wolves. You guys are killing the comments tonight, I'm telling you. Great Aunt Julie checking in as well. You know, it took us 11 weeks, but you guys have got the comments down now. I mean, got to win so we can do this again next week, right? Second and 10 Wolves from the 23.
2nd and 10 for the Wolves.
Oh, I wonder how much you invest in trying to make a play here as opposed to going into the locker room happy with a 2-touchdown lead and hanging on your defense to come out to start the third quarter, which has bent but not broken, kind of been the theme of the year for the Wolves. Schaefer back to pass, gets away, rolling left, throws it out of bounds. It was intercepted, but out of bounds. Number 8, Nolan Wesolowski went up to get it, but again, out of bounds on the play. Yeah, language, right? Woo!
3rd and 10.
Third and 10 from the 23. Holy guacamole, this game has me in tippy toes doing pirouettes. Beautiful, you guys are hilarious. 3rd and 10 from the 23. Schaefer out of the shotgun, 3 receivers set. That's Hutchinson, bottom of your screen. Throw is complete. Going to be short of the first down and out of bounds to stop the clock.
Schaefer's pass complete to Hawthorne.
Rather than the Wolves running out the clock, now they're going to have to punt on 4th down and about 5.
Van Schneidel on the stop.
You know, I'm always, you know, go one side of the road or the other. Pick one. Don't walk down the middle. And the Wolves kind of walked down the middle on this drive a little bit. Now they're going to pay for it. 4th and 3 from the 30. They kind of went for it. They kind of didn't. And now they're punting. That may have been touched by Freedom up back. It bounced. That was number 15, I believe. Owen Henkel. I think it hit Henkel. He had to go chase it down. Otherwise, it would have been 6 points the other way, or at least 1st and 10 Wolves from the spot of the penalty. 14 seconds remaining. It's 1st and 10 Irish at the 30. Go Wolves, needed alumni Bobby Albright on that one. Key West, Florida checking in. I'm so jealous, Jimmy. Good for you.
Has it, 1st and 10 from their own 30.
Let's go, White.
1st and 10 at the 30. 14 seconds remaining. 5 receivers, the ball on the ground. Henkel picks it up and throws it out to his check down receiver. That's 23, Van Schneidel, and he's going to be near a 1st down, but that is going to, well, they're going to get a timeout with 1 second remaining.
Hawthorne and Lang on a stop. Timeout.
Hey fans, a reminder, the fall state tournaments are quickly approaching, and the WIAA is one of the many sports organizations that have moved to all digital and cashless tickets for admission into events. With GoFan ticketing, you can purchase and process your tickets safely, securely, and conveniently online for all the exciting state tournaments this fall. Patrons will need to use their mobile device to redeem their tickets at the gate. To purchase tickets, visit the WIAA website homepage and click on the tickets link at the top of the page. Both boys and girls volleyball state weekend this weekend at the Resch Center in Green Bay. Girls basketball will be starting. First practice coming up next week. 2nd and 1 from the 39 with 1 second remaining.
We're ready. White's ready.
We may have some fun in the second half. It may get a little, it may get a little chippy. Just putting that out there. It may get a little chippy in the second half in the bleachers. I think on the field we're doing okay. In the bleachers, it's a little dicey. 2nd and 1 from the 39. Henkel out of the shotgun. Wolves playing cover 3 way deep. Henkel back to pass, throws, and incomplete. And that'll bring the first half to a close. Your halftime score, your Winneconne Wolves 14 and the Freedom Irish nothing. Stay tuned for our halftime show coming up next. Jim Keller joining us to give us his thoughts on the first half and all things Winneconne. You're watching Wolves TV, presented by SBS Plumbing. (14-0) your halftime score. The Wolves leading Freedom. Our special halftime guest, let me slide him in here a little bit, is Jim Keller. Jim, first of all, before we get into the nitty-gritty, tell me about the first half. Give me your thoughts on the first half.
Yeah, 2 nice passes, 2 nice touchdown passes. So Brody Schaefer's the real deal, but he's got a good team. Defense looks good. Got some good running backs, couple of good receivers. I mean, those touchdown passes were not easy.
You know, and we talked about this in the pregame, and that is, you know, there's a lot of talk, hey, it's the Brody Schaefer show, it's Brody Schaefer this and Brody Schaefer that. And, you know, of course, he's a phenomenal athlete, but, you know, I always say he doesn't throw those passes to himself.
No. That's, if you don't look at that right, you will get beat by this team.
And you know what's funny is he'd be the first guy to stand up and say, it ain't about me, it's about our team.
No, they got a well-balanced team and 14-0. I don't think Freedom's been down 14-0 all year.
Well, only loss on the year was to Little Chute, who the Wolves beat in the week 1 way back in August, 14-6. So yeah, I think you're right. I think they're not used to being behind it. I don't know if you can hear it up here in the booth, Jim, but it's got a little chippy down in the stands tonight.
Yeah. Well, they got some bleachers over there for the playoffs, but none of the Freedom people went over there. They're all over on our side.
Yeah, it's we'll have to keep an eye on for the second half to see to see what happens. Now, of course, you've been a huge supporter of Winneconne athletics over the year. Of course, we're at Keller Family Field. Can you tell me about your involvement and your family's involvement with the Winneconne School District?
Well, we moved out here in '91. Matter of fact, Brian, my son, played football here. Jimmy was with my wife in the box. He played football here. He's playing football now at UW-Oshkosh. My grandson, Nolan, Brian's younger son, he played football here through 8th grade. Brian coached here through 8th grade.
Yes.
And
Part
Brian,
of a state championship team, too,
Brian
in 2013.
Brian was the offensive coordinator for the 2013 state champion.
Yes.
Jimmy was 10 years old. He was a ball boy.
He was ready to go, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was the ball. I got pictures of the whole thing. We were on Camp Randa. We were on the field. Jimmy was the ball boy, and now he's sitting over here. He's a senior in college.
And it's, you know, and for kids like that, it's hard to come here and watch these games. I mean, they're just dying to get out there. You know, they want to play so bad.
Yep. So we've been involved since then, and we've helped the program out. My son Brian and his wife Megan, my wife Roseanne, helped the football program out the concession stands. Tim Whitford, good friend, athletic director.
Yes, long-time AD here.
He's watching. Hey, Tim.
He's at the WIAA now. Hi, Tim.
Yep. And I was down in my condo in Florida in the winter. I think it was February, March. Tim calls me up and says, Jim, we need a new press box. He said, you're the guy I wanted to call. What do you think? I said, give me some numbers. Give me some print. Let's talk about it. And he got back to me in 2 weeks. I said, go green light. Let's do it. So we put this beautiful press.
It's gorgeous.
We
just
put this
beautiful.
Beautiful press box up, and he gave us a suite over here. And we don't use it much, but it's there when we need it.
It's great to have you guys here tonight and take in some really great playoff
And then
football.
another thing I wanted to do for years was put railings on the stadium because it's aluminum steps and stuff. So
well, I took a picture tonight in the pregame and told people if you're coming, bring a towel because the bleachers are wet. And you know, we've got a lot of folks like you, not young kids like you and I, but you got to be safe, and that's an important thing for these
over
bleachers.
the last 30 years, I've seen a lot of kids and adults slip on these steps. So when we finished this press box, I said, Tim, get a quote on some railings for the stadium. So we got a quote. I said, go ahead, let's do it. And that's when, here we are. So we did this Keller Family Field in the fall of, or actually I think it was August of 2021.
Well, and you guys are a big part of the field as well. It's a, the move is to turf. Of course, I love the natural surface, and this field is pristine. It really is.
Yeah, it's beautiful. They did a nice job. We've also helped them with the baseball field. The helmets. Coach Rift called me and with Sean Bryan years ago, and they needed some new helmets. And he goes, Mr. Keller, we need 50-some helmets. We could really use some help. And I said, well, the Vices helmets, they were like $700-800 a piece.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I said, how many? He says 50 or something. I said, well, how many kids do you have? He said 70-something. I said, well, get a quote for 75 helmets.
Nice.
So we'll get everybody a helmet because the substitute of the young kid, he might end up being the doctor.
Yeah.
Or the scientist.
Absolutely.
Or the rocket
right?
engineer.
Yeah.
So I said, we're going to do helmets for everybody.
Yeah.
So safety.
Yeah.
Everything's about safety.
And, there's, compared to like when we were kids and, when our kids were kids, I mean, it's really ratcheted up since then. And there's such a focus on it now, which I think is great. There's a lot less contact at the youth level, even at practice at the high school level as well. So appreciate your support of the Wolves, and we're thrilled to be enjoying this beautiful press box tonight. Give me your thoughts on the second half. What do the Wolves need to do to salt this thing away?
They got to do just what they did in the first half. They got to put the pressure on them. They've got I think they've got a sophomore quarterback and a running back. They also have a senior running back. So they're a little younger than we are.
Yeah.
But they're a good team, obviously. 10-1 or 11-1.
Yep.
And, they're going to be hard to put away. But if we do what we did in the first half and we score a couple touchdowns, we'll take home the W.
Jim Keller, our special halftime guest tonight on Wolves TV. Thank you, Jim, again for your support of Winneconne Athletics and Wolves TV. When we come back, a recap of the first half. You're watching Wolves TV. Halftime at Winneconne. Again, big thanks, Jim Keller, our special halftime guest tonight. Wolves lead 14-0, and boy, we got viewers from all over the world tonight. Belgrade, Serbia, Queen Creek, Arizona, checking in. Let's see. I saw a Spain one earlier, so keep them coming, you guys. Great to see you supporting Wolves football. Also, let's see, Jonathan Matthew, where you been, dude? Finally checking in. Let's go Wolves and Missile Mason. You better be saving me a bottle of my favorite beverage down there, Mr. Matthew. I'm telling you. I'm expecting you to pay up next time you come up. I'll give you an old fashioned. You can give me bottle of something fresh from Kentucky. Well, anyway, first half score 14-0 Wolves. Wolves 2 touchdown passes, one from Brody Schaefer to Ryan Quigley for 33 yards and 138 yards from Brody Schaefer to Jordan Nedekove, and that's your scoring. But I think, for the Wolves, it goes deeper than that. We talked about the battle of the trenches tonight between this Wolves O-line and this Freedom D-line coming into tonight. Freedom had 27 sacks on defense, none tonight. And that wouldn't be as overly surprising as mobile as Schaefer is. But I think the better point is he's had time when he's made those big throws. He's had plenty of time to do that and get his receivers downfield. And the Wolves have capitalized on that. And again, that goes back to that big offensive